Hey, Alysa, you know what kills me? Cookie banners in the US. Do we need them?
Not required by any US law, period. That doesn't mean though, I know I
Yeah.
followed it right up.
Okay.
They're not required, but a lot of companies use them to increase transparency or get acknowledgement to a privacy policy, which might have other terms in there that they want acknowledgement of, but they're not required. And what I would say is they're often done wrong, and then they bring more risk.
And they're done wrong. And the bring more risk is super important, right? Because you might be doing it because you're thinking you're reducing risk. But we look at what the New York AG just came up with. And what has she said there? She said, well, actually, it's more risky if you're not following up on some of those choices you're presenting, right? Is that
Right. Well, we've talked about do what you say what you do. And a lot of the cookie banners say things that are maybe not consistent with what the website is actually doing in response or following somebody exercising a choice.
yeah, gotcha. And I think part of it is, I think, a technical limitation with cookie banners. They tend to be kind of one size fits all. And if companies think that that's okay, it's not. There's nuances between, I mean, countries for sure, states even. And so you need something that kind of snaps to that if you're going to do it. And then
Right.
importantly, there's the back end orchestration that needs to happen.
Exactly. If you're going to do it, just account for all of the state variations for the purpose that you're using a banner.
Gotcha. So there's the second thing now. What's happening, Alysa, what's happening in the world of enforcement these days? Are you seeing any trends, picking up any new ideas?
Well, I'm definitely seeing a lot more enforcement. And I think sometimes there's a lull by companies because they haven't heard a press release about a sweep. But that's because all of this is not public at this point. And what I can say is there's a lot more letters coming out from a lot more states, and they're looking at privacy policies, they're looking at cookie banners, they're looking at what's visible. And if it doesn't sync to what the state requires, they're asking questions.
It's funny, right? Like regulators, they're just like us, right? They're out there, they're shopping, they're seeing data collection happen, like in retail stores and coffee shops, and like, that doesn't sound right. But also, they're jumping on your website, right? They can see your privacy policy. They can see what trackers are firing. I think they're pretty sophisticated. Some of what we saw out of the New York AG and the FTC's technology teams, I mean, they get it.
Well, they're certainly asking about it.
Yeah. So it really is an iceberg. We're seeing this, and you're just seeing a ton of different letters go out.
Yes.
Lisa, thanks. We appreciate it. We'll keep an eye on that. See you.